to have a character sheet. So very much like a 2D character sheet, you can have a 3D character sheet. So there's a system to do this. I'll show you where it is in the kind of default menu. So inside of ZBrush, under Document, there's something called ZAppLink Properties, and this is where we can make a character sheet. I've put it in my own custom interface on the left side under Document Settings. Document. I'm going to go to ZAppLink first. So ZAppLink, what it does is it actually allows you to quickly connect ZBrush to a 2D paint application. Like, what's the Krita is one of them, right? Photoshop is one. A lot of you are using, what is it called? Like Paint Shop Pro, I think it's called, or Paint Studio Pro. Okay. So what you want to do usually first is click on ZAppLink and then click on Set Target App. I think it's already set up by default, but if it's not, it's good to sort of do this first. Is to go into your PC in this case, the C drive, under Program Files, not Program Files x86, but Program Files, Adobe, and then Photoshop 2024. And we want to find the .exe, which should have the logo on it. That's like the actual app icon that will launch Photoshop. You can switch this. So whenever you click on that ZAppLink button, you can set it to a different paint app. So like I said, if you've got a preferred paint app, you can use it. In this case, I want to use Photoshop. I'm going to just hit cancel on this. This is actually how I painted this creature design, by the way. It literally kind of drops the 3D model into a 2D canvas, renders a screenshot, sends it to Photoshop, and I just dragged in like hippo images. Place it on top, sent it right back. So you save the document, it sends it back, it converts the model back from 2D into 3D, and it puts the texture right on. So it's a really great kind of fast way to use your best Photoshop skills or painting skills in other apps and bring it into your 3D work. Okay, so it's really great for that. Now, in this case, I want, like I said, kind of a non-perspective view on this thing. So I'll turn off perspective. Usually I'll do, I'll frame my character mesh. Okay, so I get everything rendered, and I'm going to hit front. Just the same as going into document, hitting front, and it will load a front and back automatically. We usually won't use both, but so I like these to be non-perspective because they're very much like the character turnarounds you might do in 2D that don't have perspective. They're very flat, almost technical drawings. This one I'm going to click on right. It'll load a right and left render. And then I usually like to have a couple of customs. So this is where I will turn on perspective. So I like something of a 3/4 view. So I sort of have a decent overview. So slightly raised camera looking down kind of from the front left or front right of the character. And I'll click on custom one. And then if I would recommend maybe going into a certain view as well and maybe doing a close-up of something that you prefer. So that can be custom too. Next up, all you do is click Make Character Sheet. Okay, and bam, it goes through. It kind of loads all the stored angles you had. It'll basically create a big long strip in Photoshop. Okay, so I've got my character sheet here, my template for the presentation, and then I've got the strip of the renders. So what I like about this too is that it also separates the background color, so you can very quickly drop this into another document. Usually what I'll do is I'll hit M for the marquee tool, select a side view, hit Control C, go in here, hit Control V. Should make sure I'm on the right layer. I was on the background layer, so actually I'll try that again. Control C, let me just undo here, Control V, there we go. And I can hit V to kind of position this over here. And then I'll do the same thing. M for marquee, select the front view, Control C, Control V. And interestingly enough, if you wanted to kind of show the silhouette, you can just Alt click and drag this and then hit Control U and desaturate and basically darken the heck out of that if you wanted to do that. That could be useful as well. I'm not asking for that, but just to let you know it's an option. And then I'll copy my 2 3/4 views. Usually I'll scale these up. And by the way, the resolution of these kind of renders is set in your document space in ZBrush. So if you wanted higher res images, you would simply go to document and then increase your resolution size. If you do hit resize, I want to let you know, number one, you'll say yes to this. It kind of leaves a snapshot of the current model position there. So you have to hit Control N and then drag your model out again, and then hit T to edit. Also, because the document is dependent on the desktop resolution or your computer workspace resolution, you will want to go into the zoom button under document and zoom as far out as you can. And I'm going to just click on this border color here so you can see, right? If I was at the actual resolution, the document is far beyond my ZBrush workspace. So usually to make sure you know you've got full resolution, and this applies not only to the screenshots, but to turntables and stuff as well. So I usually want to go beyond the basic resolution that's there. But anyways, yeah, I usually like to zoom out to get a full view of what my canvas is capable of. Okay, so you will notice it can be significantly slower to work in this too. So rotations and stuff could take longer, just because the power of ZBrush is actually partially resolution dependent, screen res dependent. Anyway, so I'm going to scale this up. I don't mind scaling these up because these are kind of like work in progress, and Photoshop does a half decent job of scaling these things here. And then I'll grab the detail. So funny because I was doing this the other day and sort of was reminded of an old meme of like, was it like Greg from Bandcamp? It's like these old photo sessions of people where they have like many copies of them overlaid on each other. Yeah, so we can rearrange a bit too. Something that I'm not used to Photoshop being better at is actually being good at moving layers. Sometimes too good. There, that's a little better, I think. Okay, so just make sure you fill out your information, put in your name, the project, whatever. I think it's a good habit to get into. There is no resolution limit too on this project, but this is great too because you can email this to a client, to a director, right, and then have them kind of sign off on the work.